Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the SmackDown Ring Report. As you see, a lot of stakes. The Royal Rumble is tomorrow. This is the SmackDown Ring Report. What the SmackDown Ring Report we're going to have for you. Coming up, we have 3 out of the 4 former Royal Rumble winners. Jey Uso won last year. Cody Rhodes won a year and 2 before that. Randy Orton, a 2-time Royal Rumble winner as well with Cody. We'll get to that coming up with the Vision trying to challenge these 4 men to a match. We'll talk about it coming up. But like I said, this is the Royal Rumble week here, and you see a lot of faces that's going to be part of that Royal Rumble. We'll get to it coming up. Speaking of that, former Royal Rumble winner and could be considered the favorite, Roman Reigns, is on the Pat McAfee Show. Give his take on what he's going to do. We got a lot coming up. We're going to start the Pro Wrestling Show started right here, right now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Pitch Dix here. Lag and joins here. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend. Call a friend. Hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing for the SmackDown Ring Report coming up here. All right. Let's not waste no time whatsoever. Let's kick things off here on the SmackDown Ring Report. With me said, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, who's challenging Drew McIntyre tomorrow for the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton in the Royal Rumble match, as well as Jey's in the Royal Rumble match. The one thing I don't really get sometimes is why is they still trying to incorporate everyone from all the brands on one show? It's just like they don't make SmackDown exclusive to a SmackDown, or same way like Raw. They always got to intertwine. It's like it's gonna kill the brand extension. Just don't make no sense, but it is what it is. To each his own. But they're trying to have more star power. I get it. Well, these 4 guys was in the ring and they was waiting for their match. They was calling out the Vision until General Manager Nick Aldis came out there to inform the Vision that they will be a part of a huge tag team match later on in the show. It was going to be a huge 8-man tag team match. You see right here, as you see Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Jey Uso, former world champion Sami Zayn, the odd man out. But Sami Zayn could be a world champion by tomorrow if he wins his championship match against champion Drew McIntyre, against what Paul Heyman considers, and I consider, 4 future main eventers in Logan Paul, Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Bron Breakker, who they put their faith in to perhaps win the whole Royal Rumble. The Division is going to go in rogue for Braun. So there's going to be a huge 8-man tag team match tonight. We'll see that match a little bit later on in the show. Well, speaking of that, Damian Priest declared himself in the Royal Rumble, looking at his number, as well as R-Truth playing comedy as always with his number. So Truth trying to figure out what's going on. I hope R-Truth don't realize that if he's going to compete, he's going to have to compete in the men's, not in the women's, like he did a couple of years ago. But Truth is with that funny games and stuff like that. Well, we get to this right here. Carmelo Hayes retained his United States Championship. Carmelo Hayes was in action. Carmelo Hayes took it around and about. I can tell you that right now. Carmelo Hayes keeping his championship dreams afloat, as he did. He went against he went against somebody tonight. I forgot who he went against, but Carmelo Hayes won and retained his championship. Carmelo Hayes keeping that United States Championship open going. Carmelo Hayes does so. Well, champion Drew McIntyre issued a warning to Sami Zayn that he saying to Sami that, hey, I know you're going to be gunning for me at Royal Rumble. Everybody going to be gunning for me on my show, or perhaps on Raw too. But Sami Zayn will be trying to gun himself. But Sami Zayn wants to when Drew McIntyre issued a warning that he's coming hard for Sami at the Rumble tomorrow night. So we'll see how that's going to go down. Well, speaking of that, WWE made an error mistake right here, putting Bron Breakker, his credentials. Oh Lord, they made an error, so they they got to fix that. I hope if they're gonna show that tonight on SmackDown, tonight on the USA. I don't think if they do, we here showed you here first on Pro Wrestling Show. That was the era. So it was kind of big for Axiom. Axiom went against Johnny Gargano. Axiom get the win over Gargano. Gargano may be homesick. Well, his tag team partner Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa made his decision. Ciampa officially a member of the AEW roster. We told you that on the AEW Ring Report a couple of days ago. Tommaso Ciampa, part of the AEW. Really, like I said, Ciampa ain't really gonna make no noise or nothing like that. I think if he would have, like, I agree with Solid Monster. I think if he would have stayed, he went to TNA or something, he probably would have made some noise. But Ciampa gonna get that opportunity, and then he's gonna be following about what they're gonna do with him. What's the next plan for him in a couple of months? So you got also detailed that, and I don't think they really Tony Khan is really not good at him. I think he was worked best under Triple H when he was under NXT, to be honest. Tommaso Ciampa, now part of, and John Garro's kind of figuring out what he got to do next, I guess. Well, we move forward to this right here. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss was in action. Flair and Bliss, we can show you that. Stephanie Vaquer was out there. Get the Judgment Day. Had to be because Stephanie Vaquer out there. What's she doing out there? She's a Raw wrestler. So Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss won, like perhaps against the Judgment Day. That token. Speaking of more, well, yeah, it was the Judgment Day. So it was. So Charlotte and Alexa won against the Judgment Day. You can tell right here, Stephanie Vaquer was out there keeping her close eye on the Judgment Day as well. Well, we know this right here. These two women want to scrap up why this wasn't a Royal Rumble championship match for Jey for a first title defense. And to be honest, Jey hasn't defended the title. She haven't had a championship defense in the beginning. Don't know Jey won the belt, but they're not doing nothing with it. It's lackluster, and they're not making no brownie points, and I don't think what they're doing, but to each his own. But I feel like Jordan Grace and Jay Cargill, they both powerhouse. They should have been settled for a championship match. Perhaps maybe they get a match at perhaps at Elimination Chamber or probably SmackDown after. If Stephanie getting a championship match against Raquel, you can do the same with Jay and Jordan. This could have been a Royal Rumble match right here, to be honest. I don't know why Triple H doing that 4-match degree. I don't know why. But speaking of that, Trick Williams announced that he is entering the Royal Rumble. Trick Williams wants to be a champion. I don't see him win the WWE Championship. I see him win the World Championship down the road, probably like next 2-3 years. Trick Williams entering the Royal Rumble match, and Trick Williams looking for some gold. And Trick Williams, the only opportunity to get the gold is by entering the Royal Rumble match, winning, eliminating 29 other men, defeating 29 other men, eliminating them over the top rope. Both feet hit the ground. Thus, the process of elimination continues until one last man standing. The one last man standing earns himself a main event championship match at WrestleMania. Stuff like that gives me excited for the Royal Rumble. Axiom won his match. We saw that. Dragunov was in action as well. Dragunov was in action. Dragunov went against who did Dragunov go against? Well, he won his match. I can tell you that right now. So Dragunov won his match. We don't know who he went against. They don't tell him. Probably against the Miz. Well, speaking of that, AJ Styles, perhaps would this be his last standing ovation? AJ Styles getting that last standing ovation until Gunther interrupted. Why they intervening Raw with SmackDown? Like I said, they had their little face-to-face on Raw. We thought it was done. Now they trying to come to Saudi Arabia, and Gunther with this trying to be a career killer amongst wrestling and all this stuff. Gunther better know what he's doing. He took out John Cena's career and Goldberg's career, and Gunther looked like he's on the prowl to take away AJ Styles' career. And Gunther could be on a roll heading into 2026 like he did in 2025, ending the careers of Cena and Goldberg. So we can see how that's going to play out. But Gunther issuing a warning or issuing a message. As well as this, Tama Tonga and Shinsuke Nakamura. These two, no strangers to each other. They know what it's all about. They during their New Japan days, Shinsuke issuing a challenge that he wants to go against Tama Tonga, and he wants to take on Tama Tonga on the worst way. Shinsuke doing what he got to do to get what he needs to get. So Shinsuke Nakamura wants Tama Tonga one-on-one next week. Tama Tonga accepted the challenge, so we're gonna see that match next week on SmackDown. Tama Tonga versus Shinsuke Nakamura one-on-one. So we'll see how that's gonna play out as well. Well, we told you earlier that huge 8-man tag team match you see right here on your screen. Cody Rhodes going against Cody Rhodes teaming up with Randy Orton from his legacy days. With taking the team up with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso, descendants of the bloodline, taking on the new group of In Town division. Consists of Bron Breakker, Logan Paul, Austin Theory, and Bronson Reed, along with tag with Paul Heyman in their corner. He said it was a colossal main event, what the main event that was, and how that main event was going to be treated, and the main event did, and how it became to be. Well, this is the closing in of the match right here. This is the closing in of the match right here. We see Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn playing tug of war with the WWE Championship belt. The WWE Championship belt, the most prestigious championship, along with the World Heavyweight Championship as well. These two championships will be prestigious. We'll see that at the Royal Rumble coming up next week. We'll see how they're going to go as well. So it's a lot of prestigious and honor as well. So we'll see how they're going to go. But Braun Breakker took upon himself to spear both Cody and Sami Zayn out there for shoes. Bron Breakker looking to send a message that he wants to be in line. I guess Bron Breakker he's more determined than ever before. He wants to be a Royal Rumble win. Now we kind of know Bron Breakker will start the Royal Rumble off. That's the number one entry. Is he going to be considered the Iron Man in this Royal Rumble? That's everybody wants to know. The Iron Man this battle for that, but we'll see how Bron Breakker will do tomorrow coming up and how he will fare. I think Braun will be the Iron Man. He'll be kind of like lasting in the match and throughout. So we'll see how Bron Breakker do coming up. All right, that ends your SmackDown ring report. Let's move over to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, it looks like Pat McAfee is getting a lot of these. He's getting a lot of big high-end WWE personalities such as Brock Lesnar and now Roman Reigns. We know Brock had said he's going to declare himself in the match. Brock Lesnar, a two-time winner of the Royal Rumble match. What Brock Lesnar says he does, and Brock Lesnar wants to do so by winning the Royal Rumble match. He can do that opportunity. He has that right to do so. So we'll see if Brock Lesnar will follow suit. But Roman Reigns was on Pat McAfee, airing out what he wants to do and how he's going to get the job done and how he is considered the heavy favorite, but I don't like it to me. Ever since Brock did that, part-timers coming in for like WrestleMania season and leaving out. It's like, what's the point? But I get it for star power and ticket sales and attraction. Yeah, I get it. Well, from a business standpoint, I get it from a business standpoint, but from a personal standpoint, it makes me sick. But it is what it is. Roman Reigns in the Royal Rumble talking about what he's going to do. Beat this. Roman's going to be in the final four to the final two and perhaps the winner. So look forward to seeing that as well. Well, we see right here, CM Punk will be the new cover boy once again for WWE 2K. I think he was the cover boy a couple of years ago in 2K, and now he's coming back to 2K. CM Punk back into the gates of 2K again. So we see Punk back into the fellowship, back in WWE's good graces, and he earned the cover coming from AEW, and now he's back in 2K. So CM Punk back in the flesh. Could we see like feuds we had with Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins, or him winning the world championship? You know, you always had to take account of that. And CM Punk has been on the road. We know CM Punk is on his last leg coming up for his retirement. Well, WWE revealed this is the stage of the Royal Rumble. They made the Royal Rumble look like a city or a skyscraper or something like that. So we see him how the Royal Rumble be on ESPN. So it's really nice stage setting and stuff like that. Well, we see that Brave Bo Dallas or Brave sister, whatever his name is a little bit unhappy of what went down. So you see, however, that's going to be going down as well. So a lot going forward with that with what's his name, Bo Dallas, and see how he's going to recoup with his tag team now regain the tag team titles. Well, main event Jey Uso said this tweet right here. I don't know why he even put it. He said, "I'm going to win the Royal Rumble again. LOA, don't get hot." Yes, he tell my fans that didn't agree with it the first time, but hey, Jey Uso did it, and he can do it again. He did last. I think he was gonna do it this year. I thought John Cena was gonna win it, and I was close, but Jey Uso came out of nowhere and won it. Well, so hey, as we see right here, could Bianca Belair be the one to win the Women's Royal Rumble? She's the odds-on favorite. We haven't seen her in quite some time. Bianca Belair could be coming up the favorite as well, so we'll see. Don't forget, 20 years ago on this day, Rey Mysterio won the Royal Rumble match. The little biggest underdog won the Royal Rumble match, earned himself a main event match at WrestleMania, had a few roadblocks with Randy Orton, but came through and won the World Championship from Orton and Kurt Angle in that triple threat match at WrestleMania in Chicago in 2006. So 20 years ago, man, 20 years ago goes so fast. I'm telling you, it goes so fast, but it's amazing. All right. We send all for the Royal Rumble. And but beside that, Vince Russo, before we go, saying some more crazy stuff. I mean, it don't matter, Vinny Russo. I like Vince Russo. It's just that, you know, when I get he probably angry, bitter, and mad with someone from WWE. I get it, but he don't want to admit it. But you can tell how he try to bash him. You know, they always say when you're number one, you don't talk about number two. And you're number two, you got to talk about number one. You got to figure out how to beat number one. So a lot like that. Russo's talking about on his little JCW thing he's got with the Insane Clown Posse, that what he's got going on, and talking about Triple H had to take away Matt Cardona, a whole bunch of nonsense and mess. But Vince Russo, he's good. I like Vince Russo. It's just he comes out a little bit too abrasive stuff. All right, we're gonna leave you with Bron Breakker. Bron Breakker spearing the hell out of Cody Rhodes and Sami Zayn to make a point. Bron Breakker could be the one going towards WrestleMania and earn himself a championship match, but he got to do so and through 29 other men. Can Braun do it by adding being number one? We'll see. Thank you all for watching this edition of SmackDown Ring Report here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble, predict the outcome, as well as immediately following the Royal Rumble, the Royal Rumble recap. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you then.